Good morning, good afternoon, good night. This message is for the sign of Aquarius or Aquarius cross-watcher. Thank you guys for being here with me today. As I started the video, it was 11:11 on the dot, and now it is 11:12. So it changed rather quickly, but it just felt right. It felt like this was the appropriate time. I have been so tired lately. I've had a good, right now I feel very comfortable, but I've been really tired. Changing my diet has really changed my energy. It's changed, not in a bad way, in a better way actually, but it's changed my sleeping because of it. I've been a lot more tired, or I just feel like I need a longer period to sleep. Even my metabolism is changing, which I guess, duh, right? But I never really paid attention to that this whole time. So like sometimes I get really hot and then really cold and then really hot, and I'm like, what in the hell? But it's just my metabolism trying to adjust. So there's a lot of adjustments happening. Maybe that's something to do here with you guys. If this is not you, remember you can reverse this. This could be someone connected to your energy, but you could be going through some adjustments right now, but they feel good. They're good adjustments, okay? Whatever you deem is good. It's something that is better for your, I'm hearing lifestyle. I'm also hearing lifestyle magazine. Someone's changing their lifestyle here. Okay, I'm getting a very clear message, so I'm going to go with it. Here we go. It's getting hot in here. All right, Lifestyle Magazine. You know what I get? I'm going to say this is another person because I actually think it is, but it doesn't have to be, and this is very specific. Came out of nowhere. I had no clue what we were going to talk about today. I just was going to sit here like I normally do and chit-chat. But somebody that you met or knew, we'll say it like that because it could be a rather new person. Like maybe there wasn't an actual romantic connection. There could have been an attraction, but maybe it didn't go anywhere. Could have been an ex. Could have been someone it did go somewhere with, but it's since kind of fizzled out. Whoever this person is, I get that someone here has made a major lifestyle change. I'm hearing men's health, but this could be a female too. This is someone who has massively worked on themselves. Now, maybe this person, I'm getting heavily like alcohol or heavily drugs or something. Like there was some sort of lifestyle they had. They could have even been in a whole ass relationship. Something about this person that was very, it just wasn't best for them. And their lifestyle, it could have been shit they were doing that was slowly killing them, Whoever this person is, if this resonates so far, stay tuned because I'm getting a clear message. They're thinking about you right now. They've been thinking about you. They may even try to, like, they're wondering where you are. They're wondering how to get in touch with you. Maybe they've tried. They could have even asked mutual people, or like, they've definitely, or they are right now, actively trying to locate you. Locate. So there could be a distance here. When I think of locate, I think of location. Send me your location and I don't know the lyrics, but time or place to come through. Send me your location. Let's focus on communicating because I need some time and place to come through. At times I wonder why I fool with you, but this is new to me. This is new to you. Initially, I didn't want to fall for you. Gather my attention. It was all for you. So don't take advantage. Don't leave my heart damaged. Understand that things go a little bit better when you plan it. Like you got away from them somehow. You got away from this person. I'm only on the first damn line, or the second line. You got away from someone. I don't know what happened. Maybe you moved locations. You did something. You changed position in some way, and now they can't get in touch with you. They can't locate you, communicate with you. And this person they return to the same spot that they met you, or they go back to the same spot. If it's not a place, it could be online. Or they check out the same people, they talk to the same people, or they watch the same people to see if if they can get information on you, but maybe these people are no help because maybe, I don't know why, it could be a million reasons, but this is definitely someone who, going by the song, which is what I'm getting in your message, is they wish they would have planned it better. Like they wish they would have gotten more information on you to be able to contact you, since now they don't know how to get in touch with you. They don't know where you are. They don't know how to openly communicate with you anymore. You probably used to have really good conversations with this person. I feel that the talks may have even been rather deep. Like you could have had some deep ass fucking conversations with somebody before. You know, it feels like it's deep, not surface level bullshit, you know? Maybe something didn't feel right about this person. I'm not saying you were judging them, but you know, we all have a right to choose what fits in our life and what doesn't. It's like going to a store and buying clothing. You know, if something isn't the right fit, you don't buy it anyway. You know what I mean? You leave without it, or you get something else. So some of you may have chosen a different life. You could be in a whole ass relationship now. You could be talking to someone. Maybe you decided you just want to be single and you're not even interested in even getting to know someone. You don't want that energy. Maybe this person was kind of going through a lot and you just didn't want to. Maybe you had your own thing going on too. I don't know how this goes, but I definitely get it strongly that someone is like kicking themselves in the ass for losing any way to be able to communicate with you. It's almost like you're like a ghost, like Casper, you know? But you made a massive impact on this person. You made a huge impact on them by what you said, your advice, I'm hearing example. Damn. Your example. It's almost like your example was good for them. They loved speaking to you, whoever this was. They would sit there and just talk to you, whether on the phone, whether in person, you know? They found it hard to pull away, but what did they do? They did. I feel like they pulled away. They went about their own life. You know, you guys did your thing. And then they come back. And now they're like, wait. It's almost like they may have even thought they were crazy at times. Like, did you even exist? Like, they know you did. They know you did. But it felt like that. It has felt like that at times. Like, did I imagine them? Although they know, like, maybe they've talk to other people who knew you too, or knew you something, and no matter what they said, it doesn't matter. Like, it's just the fact that yes, they're not crazy, you know. I feel like this person was going through a dark night of the soul when you met them, like bad. It feels like that. It feels almost like lost. Like they felt very lost in their life, whether they told you that or not, you know. You may have even felt like you saw through their pain, you saw through their addictions, you saw through their afflictions, what they were doing and choosing to do, their lifestyle. You saw through their lifestyle. You know, maybe they were just kind of like, just set, you know? And you're like, no, that's not you. But maybe you weren't going to tell them that's not them. You know, you're not going to sit there and tell somebody who they are. But if they're not going to see it, you know, you can't sit there and just try to force them to. So you just went about your life, basically. You did what I would do. You did what anyone would do. Really. You can't, you know, you can't force someone to see something. So you backed away. And now what's happening is they wish they would have found another way to get in touch with you or gotten more information from you so that this didn't happen. They didn't expect this to happen. I think they just kind of weren't thinking at all. Really? It's not that they didn't care. I do think they cared. I think they were trying not to care, though. Maybe they were married, or maybe they were just going through too much and they just couldn't, you know? Some of you met this person on a trip. Either you were on a trip or they were on a trip, or there was some sort of travel involved. That's for somebody. I'm definitely seeing it. I'm seeing somebody get in a truck. They're in a truck. But anyway, so what else am I getting? I got something and I didn't say it right when I thought it. Oh, that's it. They wanted to tell you something, and they should have told you, but they didn't. And now they're like, fuck, now I'm not going to get the chance to tell them. You know? You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of when I went to rehab for alcohol, and the third night I was there was the worst night of my life. Well, as far as my sobriety life, it was absolutely terrible. I was withdrawing really bad, and I guess you could say I was hallucinating, because that's the only way I can think to describe this. Because, well, I'll tell you. So, I was having a really bad night that night, and my face was really like bloodshot red. I mean, I was dying. You know, I was yellow. I was very jaundiced. And I got up. I know I got up because I was on the board. So, okay, when you go to rehab, especially for alcohol, when you're detoxing off alcohol, it's very dangerous. You can die from that. Okay, and I was dying. So, they have any place you go where you're inpatient too, they always have like a medicine window, and you go and you get your medicine every so many hours or whatever. You get in a line, but with alcohol, it's a little different because your needs are different. So I got up in the middle of the night. I was feeling very awful. I was shaking. It was bad. I would have seizures, guys. This is why I don't. Alcohol is just not. We're not even gonna get into that in this video. Anyway, it's just not something I agree with. But you know, to each their own. Everybody do them. So I went to the medicine window and I was telling them there was a guy there. Okay, there was a fucking guy there. I don't care what anybody says. And he was really tall. And he had facial hair. I can't remember so much about him, but he did have dark facial hair and he was taller. He had a lot of facial hair, actually. But anyway, I was telling him what was happening to me and he was giving me my medicine and I had to sign, you know, he put my name down. I was just going through a whole lot at that time and I remember saying something like, I was just venting to him and he said to me, what other people think about you is none of your business. Remember that. What you think about you is everything. He said it just like that and I'll never forget it because I guess I needed it at the time. It stood with me. It's still with me. I hear him. I see him in my head. So it was really, felt amazing. You know, like I wasn't alone. Nobody else was up with me but him. I went back to bed and the next day I was asking the nurses, like, hey, who was that nurse last night? Because he was really helpful. Like he helped me a lot. I was going through a lot. I felt like I was seeing things and I was not in a good fucking place. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. I'm not even kidding you. It's absolutely hell to suffer from alcoholism and to detox off of it. And so they didn't know who he was, like, at all. I've talked about this before. They didn't even know who this fucking guy was. Like, nobody. No one in the whole place knew who he was. That's the point here. I feel like someone here has gone back to a place or has went through other people that they knew you, and they're like, no one knows where she is. No one knows where he is. Whoever you are watching this, Aquarius cross watcher, whoever this person is wanting to get in touch with you, looking for you, actively searching for you, wishing that they would have gotten more information on you or about you in a fucking email or something, some way or more than one way, more than just knowing where you were or something like that. Maybe I don't know what you did, but you did something, you changed it up and now they can't find you. And they're like asking people, and I don't know if these people are lying to them. I mean, they're clearly saying they know you, but maybe these are people who aren't fond of you. I don't know what they're saying, but they're not being helpful is what I'm getting. Someone's not being helpful. Because why am I picking up on the story of me in rehab? They weren't very helpful. I mean, maybe they didn't want me to know who the person was because there's no way it was just like an angel or something. I mean, I guess it could have been, but my name was on the paper. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely got up and took that medicine that night. It wasn't like I imagined it or hallucinated it. I was actively doing it. I took the medicine. So who helped me? Because nobody could tell me that. And I was like, well, who worked last night, the night shift? You know, I didn't get any damn answers. And so I'm like, that's what's going on. Maybe people are like, well, we don't know how to get in touch with her or something. Like, there's no way. We don't know. Maybe they're not lying. Maybe they don't know how to get in touch with you. Maybe you done changed everything up. I don't know. But someone's like, they're upset about this. I don't know if this is someone who realized that they had more feelings for you than they thought. Maybe they were just lost at the time. Maybe they were inebriated and going through a lot. I don't know. I'm also getting that this is someone who really didn't want to disappoint you. Like, for whatever reason, like, oh, I'm hearing ashamed. They were ashamed. Do you hear that dog? I literally have been on this video for a good 17 minutes now, and this dog has been barking in the background nonstop. Just constant barking. Constant. This is someone who has a person. They're in a relationship or they're married. It could be a contractual thing. Like, I don't think there's love involved. I think maybe they even are apart. They sleep in separate rooms. They live in different homes. They work in separate, you know what I mean? I mean, they're not, they do come back together. Maybe they're not married or they're not with somebody, but they have someone that's always around them. This could have been another thing that you were like, I'm not getting involved. I'm just not getting involved. I don't know. This is very fucking specific, but of course it's not everybody's story, but it's the one I'm getting today. They've changed, guys. They've changed. They have turned over a new leaf. Maybe they're sober now. Maybe this is someone who, I don't know, whatever. Are they getting a divorce if they were married? Like, something's different. And it's like, well, it's almost like you snooze, you lose. Oh, shit. How do you feel about them? I think you liked this person. The only thing I can go off of is because I found my conversation with this mystery guy, this mystery nurse. I found it to be very helpful. Like he was a good, almost like a shoulder to lean on, like a good shoulder to cry on. Like he was a good comfort. He was a comfort for me and a good support. So, I mean, and he wasn't bad to look at either, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you know, there could have been an attraction here. You could have been interested in someone, but at the same time, you know, because why would he care to give me this advice? I think someone's thinking that too. Like maybe you gave this person advice. I hope I'm making sense. It feels a little all over the place, but I'm going with it. And maybe that's this person. They were kind of all over the place in some way, but they're like, maybe you did like to talk to this person. There had to be a part of you that wanted to give them that advice or speak to them the way that you did. Like you had to care somewhat, you know? Or was it just your job? They could have thought this. Did they meet you at work? Somebody could have met you at work or through work somehow. Or, I don't know, you were working on something. This is so specific. Oh my God. I'm going to roll with it. I'm not going to backtrack now. This person here is wondering, were you just being nice to me? Were you just giving me advice? Like, they've tried to maybe even leave it alone since they have no way of finding you, getting in touch with you, contacting you again. They may not even have a last name for some. I don't know. But they're like, maybe they do. But they're kind of like, is this just who you are? Or is it just that you had to be nice because you were on the clock that day? Or those days if it was more than once? Like, did you feel what I felt? Do you feel what I feel? Do you hear what I... Isn't that a Christmas song? Could be around this time, guys, that you may actually reconnect with this person. I don't know how it's going to happen. Maybe you have their information and you might be like, all right, I wasn't going to reach out, but I will. Like, you have something of theirs, but they don't have something of yours. Maybe you changed lines or something. You did something different, and it's like, but you still have their information. If it's still the same, you have it. Okay? It may be up to you because, I don't know. I would go off your gut, though. I'm not going to give anyone advice on that because I don't know how this person really is, and I feel like they still have a little bit of, we all have baggage, but they still have a lot of it attached. Though they're not struggling with some sort of an addiction anymore, like they've gotten help or they're getting better, but you know what I mean? Like, I want to say this is completely up to you. It's completely up to you what you want to do with it, but yeah, they think you were a good example for them. If nothing else, they'd like to be friends. Maybe it came off as friends at first, but there was an attraction, you know. There was more than an attraction, and maybe they have a lot of respect for you. Maybe they have other people that would engage in not so healthy, maybe even illegal activities with them. Maybe they had other people that would sleep with them. Maybe they had affairs. I don't know what this person did. I'm not judging. I'm just saying maybe this is what they did, but you did not. You did not partake in something that other people were with them. And maybe you even advised them not to. I don't know. You are different than everyone else. I'll tell you that. And that's why you stand out. And that's why they can't get you out of their mind. That's why they haven't got you out of their mind. That's why they keep trying to locate you and find you. Send me your location. Oh yeah, let's keep reading the lyrics. I actually really like this message. It is very specific, so I know it's probably not going to resonate for everyone, but hell, it's what we're getting today. I don't want to fall in love off of subtweets, so let's get personal. I got a lot of cool spots that we can go. Tell me what's the move, and I got you. I'm only acting like this because I like you. Just give me the vibe to slide then. I might make you mine by the night. Like, they want more than friendship, but they would settle for friendship because they realize that you're like a rarity. You're rare. Like a really good steak, you know what I mean? That's what I'm hearing. This is someone who may be like a burly man or a very independent, like feminine. You know what I mean? Man or woman, it doesn't matter. It's someone who's like, I don't know. You had a lot of flavor to you. You were very unique. You were rare. but also there was a loving kindness to you. There was something inside of you that just oozed on the outside. I'm hearing eyes. It's in your eyes. You know, people say, it's in his kiss, that's where it is. Oh, and find out what you want to know. It's not that. It's in your eyes. Your eyes. Angel eyes, I hear. They can't get enough of that. It was, they saw who you were through your eyes and your heart. You're very strong and fierce and a good, I can't stop saying it, a good example. You are a true woman. You are a true man, whoever you are, and it really translates. Like, even if you tried to hide it, you can't, because they saw it looking in your eyes, and there was a comfort in you that they don't feel. It's really dark. They carry a lot of dark energy, but hell, I totally relate to that. I mean, same. I think I carry as much equal dark as I do light. You know, I do. So I can feel it. You know, I definitely feel it from this person. But you, maybe you saw the light inside of them. Like, don't give up. Maybe like the nurse saw in me. I mean, why else give me advice like that? If you thought that I would just die, and you didn't believe in me. I mean, there's been plenty of people who just like hoped that I would die. Some that don't even know me. Someone here. And it's really sad and disgusting. It's a nasty way to be, you know, to wish that on somebody. That's ugly. But this is someone who didn't wish that on me. He was like, I'm going to give her this advice because I know her heart. I can see it right in her eyes. He had to think that, because why would he waste his fucking breath? Because it was his job. What job? No one had heard of him the next day. Right? Or maybe they did and they were just not allowed to tell me. I don't know why, but, you know. That could have even happened here for some of you too. Like, let's say you left a place and then someone comes back to see you or find you or ask about you. These people may not like you, or maybe they were jealous of you or something, or maybe they're jealous because this person's like attractive or something. They come back to see you, find you, and maybe the people are like, oh, well, we don't know, or we're not allowed to give out that information. I'm sorry. You know, even though they definitely could, and then maybe they've done it with other people, but they didn't with this person, right? Maybe because you left or something. They were mad at you. I don't know what's going on, but it's something like that. So here's where we're at. You basically have someone who's on a scavenger hunt to find you. I think they're still trying to find you. I'm hearing Clark. Something to do with Clark. The name Clark. It is in something, or Clark. Let's look up Clark name meaning. Secretary, scholar, clerk, scribe. What the fuck? See, this is why I go off of my intuition. I heard Clark. Now I don't know if it's the name of something or it begins with something to do with Clark. It starts with Clark, but it could also just be the name meaning. I looked up Clark and it says scribe, secretary, clerk, scholar, clerk, or cleric, scholar, clerk. Somebody could have worked at a front desk, or it could have been like a clerk of something. Could have been on the phone answering calls. It's something. Okay, this is so fucking specific. Or was a lead, or was a manager, or was, you know, this is how they saw you, vice versa. Wow, that's so specific. Or maybe they just look at you as a scholar. They look at you as somebody who is really wise because of, it's not just wise. I feel like wise would be an understatement for how this person views you. It's almost like they see you as, you're like a powerhouse, you know? You're more than wise. You have a lot of self-control. You obviously believe in yourself. I mean, I feel like you shared something with this person about yourself, that it hit them, you know? It really did, because of who you are now, or who you were then, you know? How you had come kind of full circle. Maybe you shared your own struggles in some way, and it made this person feel like, wow, you know? That's going back to the good example, looking up to you, and you've made them want to make some adjustments in their life. Something about you felt right. If I go back to everything I wrote down felt right, adjustments, lifestyle magazine. They want to locate you, location, the location song, you're a good example for them. I guess my only thing to say here to end this message is, other than I think you know how to get in touch with them for the most part. You have some way to get in touch with them, or, you know, do you want to? But my other thing is, do you want to get involved at this time while you also have a lot of adjustments going on in your own life? You know what I mean? Is it the right time? That's up to you. That's up to you to decide. I don't know, you know? Because I don't know what you've got going on. But I think you should ask yourself that. And if you feel like, well, you know, I don't mind being a friend of this person or shoulder to, you know, then maybe you should reach out. But then again, you know, my issue is if they're in a relationship, because some of them are. Like, maybe it's just like they're legally married, but they're not with the person. I don't know, though. But, like, do you want to get involved with that? Like, that could be bad, you know? So, all right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I feel like this is where we're going to cap it off. But I love you so much. Thank you for being here, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.